Hello and welcome to this section where we're going to create this amazing looking tank game. We have this blue tank that we can roll around in the world and control and aim at things and actually launch projectiles so that we can destroy these enemies that exist at the central structure at the map. Now, these enemies have some basic AI where they can aim at us and launch projectiles at us, so there's a danger factor, and we can also destroy them so that we can win the game. Now, they can actually destroy us as well, as you can see here, so there is a little bit of excitement, a little bit of difficulty involved in trying to win the game. So this is a really nice little simple game jam style game, and by the end of it, you will learn a ton of skills. So I hope you're ready to create some C++ classes and do some gameplay programming. This is going to be a really cool section, so get ready to dive into the engine and create this project. Now let's talk a little bit about what we're going to cover in this section. So here's a section plan, and you can refer back to this roadmap from time to time to check your progress and see how far you've come in the section. Now, first we're going to create a tank that can move around throughout the world. This is going to be what we control as we're playing the game. We're going to configure our tank to handle movement using the WASD keys, as well as moving the mouse around and using mouse button clicks to rotate the tank's turret and fire projectiles. We're then going to create an enemy turret class, and this is going to be the adversary for the game. It's going to search for us and launch projectiles at us as we're playing. We're going to add fire functionality that we could launch with a mouse click, and the enemy turrets will also use fire functionality to launch projectiles at us. We're then going to add health, damage, and destruction to the game, so this adds a little bit of danger. Now, towards the end of this section, we'll add some special effects like smoke, explosions, and sounds to make our game a little bit more dynamic and fun, and we'll wrap the section up with winning and losing conditions with HUD displays that will show us when the game is starting and when the game has finished, either when we've lost or when we've destroyed all the turrets and won the game. So this gives you a little bit of a roadmap showing you the features that we'll implement and the skills you'll learn throughout this section. Now we are ready to start this game project. So you can download this game project from the link in the resources for this video. You're going to download it, you're going to extract it just like you would any other zip file. And then once it's downloaded and extracted, you can open it up in Unreal Engine. Now this is a Unreal Engine version 4.25 project. So you'll either need Unreal Engine version 4.25 to open it, or you'll have to convert it to a later version. Now, to convert to a later version, you're going to right-click on your .uproject file and click Switch Unreal Engine Version, and you're prompted with a selector that allows you to select a different version. Now, if you only have a later version of Unreal Engine, then this is what you'll see when you double-click the U project in the first place. Now, once you've opened the project, you'll see what I'm seeing here, which is this cool looking level with the purple sky and this grid here for the ground. And this is basically a stripped down bare bones project that only has what we need for this game. So you'll see here in the content browser under the content folder, we have an assets folder and we have a maps folder. And in the maps folder, we have a level called main. It says level in parentheses there. That's how you can know. And you'll see up at the top left here in this tab, it says main. Of course, that is referring to this level that we have open called main. Now, we have an assets folder with some folder structure already created for us here. There is an audio folder with 2 audio assets. You can go ahead and click play on these icons just to hear what these assets sound like. We have some effects. Now, here in the effects folder, we have 3 special effects. Now, if you double click them, you can see what these effects look like. This is more of an explosion type effect. The next one is a hit effect, which looks like a cloud of smoke. And then we have the projectile trail, and this will follow the projectile as it's launching throughout the world. A materials folder that is filled with materials that will be used with our meshes, and that brings me to the meshes folder, which contains the tank and the turret, both the base and the top part here, as well as a projectile and this sphere. And finally, we have a textures folder, which contains some textures for us. So these are the assets that we will need for this game project. So they're already provided for us in this project. So basically, a lot of the work has been done to set this up for you, so you don't have to spend all that time creating the level and going and finding assets. This is all prepared for you just so we can start coding the game. Now, in addition to the level itself, we also have some input, axis, and action mappings set up so that we don't have to set those up. If you go to Edit and Project Settings, and then scroll down to Input, here we have action mappings and axis mappings. There's an action mapping called Fire. If you click the drop down next to it, you'll see that it's mapped to the left mouse button. So every time we click the left mouse button, we have this Fire action mapping. And we're going to learn how to tap into this in C++ so that we can utilize that left mouse button to do stuff. And similarly, we have these axis mappings, and these are mapped to keyboard keys as well. Move forward is mapped to W and S, turn is mapped to D and A, and then rotate turret is mapped to the mouse X axis. That means when we move the mouse left and right, we're feeding input information into the input system, which takes it, registers it, and then does something with it. We'll learn all about what that something is in future videos. So these are some settings that we have set up for us already, and all we need to do is start creating classes and start programming to get this game structured, created, and ready to play. So I hope you're excited. I'm excited. In the next video, we're going to start creating C++ classes and actually start fleshing out this game and have something that we can play. So I'll see you in the next video. Get ready to start coding.